Enterprise's Captain Archer set a record no other Star Trek captain ever matched. When it comes to the legacy of Starfleet captains, Star Trek fans have long debated who among them best embodies the ideals of the Federation: Kirk's swaggering leadership, Picard's diplomacy, Sisko's grit, or Janeway's determination. But one captain often sits quietly in the background of that discussion, despite holding a record no other Star Trek leader has ever matched: Captain Jonathan Archer of the NX-01 Enterprise. Long before Starfleet had holodecks or replicators, Archer became the first human to explore deep space under Starfleet's flag, and in doing so, he set a record that remains unmatched across more than 2 centuries of Star Trek canon. That record isn't just about being first. Archer's command spanned an era unlike any other, marked by danger, discovery, and diplomacy on a level none of his successors could truly replicate. Every captain after him inherited the rules, technologies, and relationships that Archer himself helped build. His achievements shaped the entire Federation, and in that sense, his legacy is not only foundational, it's untouchable. Let's explore how Archer's historic accomplishments, personal sacrifices, and record-breaking achievements distinguish him from every other Starfleet captain who came after him. The first Starfleet captain to command a Warp 5 starship, long before the sleek Constitution-class Enterprise under Captain Kirk blazed through the galaxy, Starfleet's technology was primitive and untested. The NX-01 Enterprise was humanity's first Warp 5 capable starship, making Archer the first captain to command a vessel that could truly explore interstellar space without decades-long travel times. The Warp 5 engine wasn't just a marvel of engineering, it symbolized humanity's leap into the unknown. For Archer, this wasn't a simple mission of exploration, it was an uncharted odyssey into the heart of the galaxy. Unlike Picard or Janeway, who had Starfleet's infrastructure, regulations, and vast knowledge of space to rely on, Archer was truly alone. His ship was the tip of the spear in a galaxy where humanity was barely known, and where every encounter could either forge alliances or start wars. No other captain, not even Kirk, ever carried the same weight of representing humanity's first impression on countless alien civilizations. And that record alone, being the first human to command a deep space vessel on behalf of Earth, remains one of the most significant in Federation history. The only captain to help found the United Federation of Planets, perhaps the most enduring and consequential part of Archer's legacy is his pivotal role in the founding of the United Federation of Planets. Every other Star Trek captain operated under the Federation's banner, its laws, its ideals, and its fleet. Archer helped create it. By the end of Star Trek Enterprise, Archer's efforts to broker peace between Earth, Vulcan, and Doria, and Teller laid the foundation for the political union that would become the Federation. The events of the Season 4 arcs, particularly The Forge, Babel 1, and Demons, showcase Archer's evolution from explorer to statesman. He wasn't just exploring the stars anymore. He was shaping the framework for interstellar cooperation that would define the next 200 years. In the Enterprise finale, "These are the voyages," even Admiral Riker reflects on Archer's place in history. The signing of the Federation Charter is presented as one of humanity's greatest achievements, and Archer was at its center. Every captain after him, from Kirk to Burnham, owes their careers to the government and Starfleet protocols Archer helped establish. In short, he wasn't just a captain, he was a founding father of the Federation. That's a record no one else can ever touch. The only Starfleet captain to save the entire timeline. While other Star Trek captains have saved planets, species, or even the galaxy, Archer once saved all of time itself. During the temporal Cold War arc, he found himself at the heart of a conflict that transcended centuries. Manipulated by time-traveling factions trying to alter history for their own ends, Archer became humanity's reluctant protector, not just of the 22nd century, but of history itself. The arc reached its climax in Stormfront, where Archer found himself in an alternate version of World War II, one in which aliens had altered the outcome of the war. Against impossible odds, he restored the timeline, ensuring humanity's future unfolded as it should. This feat sets Archer apart from every other captain in Star Trek history. Kirk may have saved Earth from destruction, and Picard may have saved reality from the Borg and Q, but Archer's actions ensure that every one of those captains, and the Federation itself, could even exist. Without Archer's victory in the temporal Cold War, the galaxy as we know it would have been rewritten. that makes Archer the only Starfleet captain to have literally protected the integrity of history itself, a cosmic record no other could ever hope to surpass. The longest-serving Starfleet explorer in unknown space, Archer's Enterprise mission lasted 4 years, from 2151 to 2155, during which time he and his crew ventured deeper into unexplored space than any human had before. Unlike later starships, which operated within a mapped and relatively well-understood galaxy, the NX-01 had no safety net. There were no starbases for resupply, no known allies to call for help, and no prime directive to guide interactions. Every first contact was a potential disaster or a historic moment. The ship's logs from those years essentially became the foundation of Federation xenology, influencing everything from diplomatic strategy to xenolinguistics. What's more, Archer's Enterprise completed over 40 first contacts, a record unmatched by any later Starfleet captain. This staggering number highlights just how isolated humanity was in those early days, and how much of the galaxy's future relations rested on the shoulders of one man and one ship. Kirk and Picard made first contact with individual species, but Archer's entire mission was about defining how humanity would interact with the wider galaxy. His diplomatic and exploratory record set the tone for centuries of Federation policy. The first captain to face the ethics of exploration head-on. Another record Archer holds isn't about heroics or numbers, it's about philosophy. He was the first Starfleet captain to face the moral consequences of exploration without the guidance of something like the Prime Directive. Episodes like Dear Doctor, Cogenitor, and Damage pushed Archer into ethical gray areas that would later define Starfleet's moral code. When faced with alien species in need, or situations where interference might cause harm, Archer had no established protocol. His decisions, often made under pressure and uncertainty, would later be codified into the Federation's guiding principle: non-interference in the development of pre-warp civilizations. In that sense, Archer was not just a commander, he was a moral architect. Every captain who followed, from Picard's careful diplomacy to Janeway's prime directive dilemmas in the Delta Quadrant, walked paths that Archer himself helped pave. The only captain to command a ship that became a legend before Starfleet was the NX-01. Enterprise occupies a unique place in Star Trek lore. Unlike later versions of the Enterprise, which became flagships of an established Starfleet, Archer's ship became a legend before Starfleet even had the influence or prestige it later gained. In Star Trek Enterprise, we watch as the name Enterprise transforms from a bold experiment into a symbol of human curiosity and courage. The ship's journey through the Delphic expanse, its battles against the Xindi, and its first steps toward interstellar diplomacy turned Enterprise into a name worth carrying forward. Every subsequent ship, Kirk's CC-1701, Picard's D, Janeway's J, owes its symbolic weight to the NX-01. It was Archer's vessel that